Right, we're with Rob Pyke at Token Fest. He is the CEO at Aziza Coin. So Rob, tell us about Aziza Coin. First of all, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Okay. I'm doing great, thank you. Perfect. I just flew in from the UK last night.
Okay.
I have not had a proper meal in a day and a half, but it's great. I'm meeting lots of fantastic people here in Boston Token Fest.
Excellent. Yeah. So
Aziza Coin.
Yes, Aziza Coin.
So we've got a great project. So the Aziza Coin is an asset-backed security token. The company behind the Aziza Coin is called the Aziza Project. And what the Aziza Project owns, it owns 20% of an oil and gas exploration company. The oil and gas exploration company is a UK registered company. It's called Africa New Energies, and Africa New Energies has been incorporated 5-6 years. It owns the rights to a concession in Namibia in Southwest Africa, and last year Africa New Energies rejected a bid of $500 million for its business.
Wow.
This means the Aziza Project is holding an asset which is worth effectively $100 million. Our plan is to create a fund. So we own 20% of Africa New Energies. We're going to look to invest in other oil and gas companies, young, fledgling, high potential businesses. And what we want to do is issue tokens. We're tokenizing these businesses. With the money raised from a token sale, we will use this to fund a drilling program in Africa New Energies, which, if successful, will create massive value for token holders, massive value for the shareholders of Africa New Energies, and most importantly, massive value for the people of Namibia, because at its heart, this is a social program. Majority of people live off the grid in Namibia, and indeed in sub-Saharan Africa, there's a lot of people, 630 million people living without electricity. And if we can be successful here, we're going to take steps to alleviate that.
Great.
So it's a big project, lots of moving parts.
Yes.
Complicated.
Absolutely, I can imagine. But what stage are you in at this point?
So we are close, very, very close to be able to start our private sale. So we have our legal entities created.
All right.
If I was going to start this project again, I would be able to create legal entities significantly faster. So creating legal entities in a compliant way, in a regulated way, in the right jurisdiction with the right attorneys was a challenge. What I'm waiting on is we're waiting for the final version of the offer memorandum document, the contract which will exist between token holders and the Aziza Project company. And then we will be ready to go and start raising funds.
Okay, and so you briefly mentioned jurisdictions. Where are you guys based?
So the Aziza Project is based in the Cayman Islands.
Okay.
So we're a Cayman limited liability company, and it's going to be the ultimate shareholder of this Cayman business is an Isle of Man foundation. So we've really put time and effort into our structure because we wanted to create a structure where all of the economic benefit coming from this initiative will go to token holders. So it's not like a traditional fund with layers of intermediaries, with people taking out salaries and management fees. There will be none of that. What we're aspiring to do is get the maximum amount of cash that investors put in going into the assets, and then when the assets appreciate in value and when there's an exit, getting a maximum amount of value back from the assets into the investors who are the token holders.
So what kind of investors are you looking at? Is it just individuals, or are you looking for? So
look, we're constrained through the US regulation, through Reg D, in that we can only accept investment in the US from accredited investors. I think that's fairly common and standard, and I know non-accredited investors are usually fairly unhappy about this.
Right.
And look, we're targeting individuals. We come into the US, I have to admit, without a great network. So we've been going to events. We're trying to meet people, and then through the crypto organic way, meet up with people who can become our advisors, who can introduce us to high net worth individuals or people with an interest in oil and gas and an understanding of oil and gas, and we take it from there.
Okay. in terms of the technology behind Aziza coin, is it just a token as far as the blockchain technology
Sure.
you're talking about? Is it just a coin, or is there some other applications that you're building around that?
No. So we're going to have an Ethereum ERC20 smart contract.
Okay.
The challenge with our smart contract is to ensure that it complies with all of the regulatory requirements. So that, for example, for US accredited investors, that it respects the lock-in period and that sort of thing. So we're leaning on some of the work or some of the stuff which has been done by organizations like Harbor, I think Securitize as well, in terms of the building of our smart contract.
Okay, all right. And in terms of the actual assets on the ground, what can you tell us about that a little more?
So the assets on the ground. So on the ground, it's in Namibia. So Namibia, if you'd have interviewed me 12 months ago, I would have looked a little bit vacant and uncertain about Namibia. So Namibia is a massive country, a very sparsely populated country in the southwest of Africa. So it borders South Africa.
Okay.
Politically, it's a very stable country. It's been very, very stable in the last 30 years. It ranks very highly on a World Bank doing business perspective. Corruption and all of the bad things you hear about Africa, practically non-existent. What's also exciting about Namibia is the infrastructure is excellent. So there's a railway line which runs through the concession. That railway line connects our concession to two ports, Walvis Bay and Lutgratz in the south of Namibia. Also to two refineries, a Chevron refinery in Cape Town and a Natref one just south of Johannesburg. On top of that, there's a tarmac road. I'm not being paid any money by the Namibian Tourist Association, but I would wholeheartedly recommend Namibia to anybody who's not been there, because it is a beautiful country, a beautiful, beautiful country.
Excellent. To be honest, I'm in the same boat as you are 12 months ago. I guess. I didn't know a whole lot about Namibia. So, with the funding that you're planning on getting, you mentioned about you want to start like drilling and those kind of things, but are you trying to start the next Chevron, or is that the end goal?
So like the ultimate goal and the ultimate vision of African New Energies is to light up Africa, and to use the proceeds from a major oil and gas discovery to plow into their vision of lighting up Africa, to rolling out a solar program eventually. That if they find trapped gas, building a gas power plant, they have very, very lofty ambitions. So that is the kind of goal and ambition, and very much. There's a huge array of big challenges to overcome. Raising $60 million is not to be taken lightly.
Of course.
If we can raise $60 million, which would be fantastic, deploying that into African New Energies and funding a drilling program, there's also a hugely complicated, logistically challenging, onerous effort, which will take time, because the act of drilling a well provides critical evidence as to what's actually in the ground. So we drill relatively slowly. The plan is to do a 10-well program with the initial fundraise to prove the existence of hydrocarbons. If you strike it lucky, you hit early, there's obviously a chance you hit nothing after 10 wells.
Okay. And are these onshore assets, or are they offshore?
This is onshore. So this is onshore. Okay. So the concession, there's two blocks, 2219, 2319, borders the Botswana border, which makes it on the east side of Namibia.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't want to take too much of your time, but what else can you tell us about in terms of when's your? I know you said soon enough. Soon.
So I'm hoping in September 2018 our private sale will start.
Okay.
So I hope the next version of the offer memorandum document I see from my attorney is the final document, and we can lock that. I would invite any interested people who want to find out more to visit our website, www.aziza.io.
Okay.
Also to investigate the Africa New Energies website, www.ane.na, because on the Africa New Energies website there's a comprehensive due diligence room where all of the exploration details, the facts about the business, the accounts of the business the valuation of the business on discovery, the assumptions which have been made around capital, around the price of oil, around the number of wells per year, around the amount of production, are all there, they're all available, they're all willing to be inspected. We absolutely want to be as transparent as possible. And then if anybody's got any questions, just don't hesitate to get in touch. You can access us through the Aziza website. And as we say in our white paper, we're a friendly bunch, let's talk.
All right. Okay. Thanks, Robert. That was Robert Pyke, the CEO of the Aziza project. And this is Mahesh Sashatal from Smarterium at Token Fest in Boston.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.